Sorry, that's where I back Chelsea, the Chelsea boys in this argument. Most Chelsea fans I'm hearing are saying Liverpool are the favourites. They're brilliant, but we could get something. That isn't disrespectful. That isn't disrespectful. But the way you're reacting,
that's why you're on the list.
We don't do this on the football terrace. I don't care about the actual things you say. We go by what you imply. This isn't a court of fucking law where we've got to prove it beyond reasonable doubt. When you jump back the way you do and clap back and give it the big one, that's because you're offended that they've said we might. Some of you Liverpool fans have been offended at the idea you might drop points. How is that inconceivable?
I'll tell you how that's
the max they can get is a draw. I'll say that.
Okay. I gave Chelsea
why, Ram? I want to know why. I want to know why.
Hang on. Let's let Sam answer, and then we'll get that one. What are you going to say about? Because Sam thinks it's inconceivable you get a draw.
Yeah, stop trying to dictate tempo. You're moving like Enzo against Forest. When it comes to this game right here, I give Chelsea 1% chance of winning, 4% chance of a draw, and I give us 95% chance of a victory. The reason why combined 11 matters in this conversation, no one is saying Chelsea has shit players because now he's going to twist it. You know, he should teach us the T-pose in yoga. When it comes to this conversation, the reason why combined 11s matter is because we're showing the massive difference in quality in terms of across the sides. I'd rather have Kelleher in goal than Robert Sanchez. I'd rather have Trent than whoever the hell you're playing right back. Centre-back partnership is ours. Robertson over Gabri Veiga. In midfield, I've given you Caicedo and Palmer because they've actually been amazing this season. I play Gravenberch next to them, and I take our entire front three. Jackson and Jota as a toss-up. I don't care. But the truth of the matter is, look, everything that Chelsea fans are saying is the reason why this Sunday they will learn once and for all there's a levels difference. There's a team that's contending for top 4, and there is a team that's fighting for the Premier League title. One team is a title contender in us, and one team is a top 4 contender. So there's obviously
this is where you lose me. We're both contending for that title. This is where you lose me.
No way you're saying that.
I will happily say that. I will happily say that though, because as Chelsea, naturally going into every season before Bulls gets kicked anyway, I want to go for the title. From what I've seen so far, I think we have the quality good enough for us to go for the title. Don, for example, says we got more players in that starting in the combined 11 with Arsenal who are title challengers. I think we got the best midfielder in the league in Caicedo. People could say we have the best player in the league in Cole Palmer. Why can't we go for the title? I'm tired of all these Chelsea fans backing away from the fact that we're scared of, we don't want to be in the title race. XYZ. Why not? Why not? If we get a result at Liverpool and at Anfield, is not everyone going to be turning around saying, "Okay, we could do the title"?
Bro, if we come through this period,
what have you done to CB, bro?
No, CB's right. If Chelsea go to Anfield this weekend and win, everybody is going to say they've got an opportunity of winning the league. Doesn't mean they're favourites, and this is the difference.
Yeah, I'm not saying we're winning the league. I think we're contenders. Yeah. I think we're contenders. I don't see why not.
Bro, I think you're going to start to hear
saying this.
The thing is, you're gonna start to hear a lot more people say this. Yeah, if we come out of this tough period with like 8 points, even 7 points minimum, right? That's two wins and 2 draws minimum, right? That's Arsenal, that's Newcastle away. You've got United away, and you've also got Liverpool, bro. If we come out of 8 points, bro, a lot of people are gonna be like, yo, these lot could potentially compete because we've shown we can beat the lesser side. The next step is to show we can beat the bigger boys. You know what I'm saying?
What makes
and
you
they
think,
got no rotation problems.
What makes you think anything?
Fully fit squad, Henry. Fully fit squad right now.
Once again, from what we've seen to start the season, your defense has been extremely shaky. When you face better quality, you're going to get punished, especially away.
Expand on that. How have we
been shaky? I would like to know.
Have you not seen your goalkeeper just giving away goals to teams like Brighton late in games? Have you not seen the situations that you've done against Wolves? Yes, you scored 6, but you conceded 2 sloppy goals, and that game was even 2-2. If that's Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle, you're not winning those games if you give away those kind of goals.
Yeah, but our defense has improved since Wolves, though. It's improved. Against Brighton, away from the bozo moments from Sanchez, we were good defensively as a team.
Yeah, but Sanchez starts the Sunday.
One second. Your defense improved. One second. Let me tell you where you're saying your defense improved. A Bournemouth game where you could have easily conceded, but Bournemouth didn't have their shooting boots.
They didn't have any clear-cut chances. They barely had any clear-cut chances.
1 second.
Don't try that.
me finish
They
my
did.
point.
Don't try that because Palace and Wolves didn't have clear-cut chances.
They barely had any clear-cut chances.
Guys, one at a time. Let's let Gal finish, please.
I've been sitting here waiting for you to finish. Let me finish my point. West Ham, that was in turmoil. You took advantage of them. You beat them 3-0. A Borough team where you beat 5-0 in the League Cup and you got gassed. Also, after that, we'll exclude the Europa League and the Brighton game. You still look at your overall season this season. You've conceded majority of your games. You conceded in almost every single game, at least one or two. And besides those three games, you've kept no clean sheets. Yes, your defensive performances have been good to a certain degree, but still you have defensive lapses. Against better teams, you're not going to have those the get out of jail free card where your opponent is not able to capitalize on those chances.
No, Egal, what you're saying, I agree with. In terms, I've been very critical on our defense in terms of keeping the clean sheets. The fact that we kept 2 clean sheets in a row in the league, it was impressive. I gave them a challenge of 3 in a row. They did 2. But if you actually look at the goals we concede, it's been set pieces which we've been struggling with from last season, which I think needs improving. We did bring the Bournemouth guy. I don't know why that hasn't Brentford guy, sorry, and not much has changed there. But it's been set pieces and errors that come with trying out this new system that we're doing in terms of tic-tac-toe. You know, this playing at the back 3-2-5 inverted bollocks. That happens. That naturally is growing pains of just doing this new system. Other than the set pieces and us doing our own individual errors, which I'm not saying is not a bad thing, we don't see teams just going one-on-one and go against us. You saw it against Forest when we put 9 man forward trying to nick a result of the game last week. Other than that, when did we do that?
You missed my point.
You're up against Van Dijk and Konate, the 2 most dominant centre backs in the league.
You guys completely missed my point. My point is you're now going to be facing the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool, and Newcastle. These are teams with better quality offensively and better quality defensively than the opponents you guys conceded against in the last coming weeks. You've had a relatively easy start to the season outside of the Man City game. Same with Liverpool to a certain degree. But I'm just saying the jury's still out on how good your defense is because the types of goals you've been conceding against better teams, you get punished even more.
Yeah, do you know what I would say, Gal, though? I would say this. One, to my point, I think if they go there and put in this good performance and get this victory, that's a turning point because it shows they can go up against one of the best teams, in my opinion, one of the best teams in Europe and get the results. But I think Chelsea can force themselves into the title race. Where you're right, and again, I think you're sort of on a slightly different wavelength. You're not incorrect, you're just on a different wave. That's what you're saying about Chelsea's defense is why they won't win the league. But being in the race or being a contender up to a certain point, again, the title race is such an interesting thing because 2 seasons ago when Arsenal started well, the whole world and his dog said the title race is the last 5 games of the season. What I've kind of heard since then is no, the title race is from the beginning of the campaign because you build your foundation, then you've got your middle, and then you've got your ending to it. And it changes depending on who's doing well. I think Chelsea can be within touching distance of top for a long time this season. I consider that being in the title race. Where I do agree with you is I don't think they're strong enough yet, airtight enough yet as a defense to win the league. But that doesn't mean that they're not in contention, as CB said. Now, what happens in football sometimes, let's just say City never really fully recover and they start conceding loads of goals and points when Rodri's out. Let's just say the formidable defenses of both Arsenal and Liverpool become a little rockier. They don't maintain this level. They probably will, but let's say they don't. Chelsea may be there or thereabouts, and then you never quite know. When Leicester won the league, they deserved it. But let's just not pretend and rewrite history that Arsenal, Man City, loads of teams that season, they fell away as the season went on, where everybody expected the bigger teams to get better that season and for Leicester to fall away. So these things can happen. What Chelsea have to do is kind of get to January, end of January, and be 5 points, 6 points off top.
Yep.
And you never know. And from where they were, Chelsea, from where they were this time last year, and maybe it gives me a little bit of hope as a Man United fan. I mean, seeing it, someone said earlier, it's like it's AI talking, not CB. It's a different man from the summer.
Bro, it's different.
But that's what performances do.
All I want to do is win. This is what I've always been ranting about since last season. Just win games. Just win games. And we're seeing that even with the defense talk, I think is lazy analysis, and I think it's copium because you guys are scared. I would tell you why it's lazy, Gal, because we've only conceded 2 more goals than you this season, and we've only conceded 1 more goal than City. You conceded 2. Let me speak, Gal. You conceded 2 goals to Leicester City, and you're talking about when you face the bigger teams, you will see. So where's this energy? I don't get. You're conceding to Southampton. You're conceding to Brighton. So I don't understand.
this goes back to the quality of the teams that we face compared to you. Right now, you guys look like flat track bullies. You guys are going against Brighton. You're going against Wolves. You're getting high score lines. You're getting gassed. Don't get giddy. When you go to Aston Villa, when you go to Manchester City away, when you go to Tottenham away, talk to me then, because those are the kind of teams I'm facing. Who are you beating up?
All right, I hear that.
How could you beat Brighton? Why couldn't you beat Brighton?
Can't Tottenham away.
10
Tottenham
men.
is not the game.
No, we had 10 men last year. We beat them 3-1.
I hear you.
10 men last year. We beat them 3-1. Why didn't you beat them, bro? You're the mighty Gooners.
Bro, not everything's the same in football, but
No, but I hear you. But you see what you're saying.
One second. My point still stands, though. Stop trying to deflect and win a side argument. My main point is, talk to me when you face a big team.
Okay, I get you, Egal. I understand what you're saying in that sense, yeah. But you see the way this energy is directed to us. Oh, you guys haven't placed anyone. You're beating who you're supposed to beat. But Liverpool are in the same position as us going into this game. They haven't faced anyone serious yet.
Right.
And no one said it to them. No one said it to us. It's just
bro, I've been saying this.
Literally, we're not.
This horn. Neither of you are in the title race. Neither of you are in the title race. Not
look how hurt he is. Look how hurt he is. And when you talk about
because we're back, done. Chelsea back. And
one second.
Hold on. Let me land my point.
Guys. What is it? Egal, finish your point. Then we're gonna go to Don, and then we're gonna hear what Rob's got to say.
I don't think neither of you are in the title race. I think right now you guys have a new manager. You're playing well. You're getting excited. It's early in the season. Come near the end of the season, we're going to see when you guys face adversity, how you guys handle it. And that's when I'm going to know if you're actually in the title race or if it's just early season form. Because we've seen this before with other teams like Tottenham. They have early season form with the new manager. They face adversity and then they fall off. I'm not saying that's going to happen 100%, but I think come the end of the season, I think Arsenal and Man City will separate themselves from the pack, and maybe you're going to see Chelsea fighting for top 4. You're going to see Liverpool solidifying themselves at 3rd. That's personally what I think is going to happen. But right now, I think it's way too early to say 100% Chelsea or Liverpool are in this title race.
The thing is, the problem with CB's logic is, I just want to say, the problem with CB's logic is the following. We have to play the Randy Orton theme song. I hear voices in my head. Because from the start of the season, all people have been telling us is we've played no one. As a matter of fact, forget content creators. Arne Slot in every single press conference reminds the whole world that we haven't played anyone yet. Slot himself says that we haven't faced anyone of caliber yet. So forget me or your words. Our own manager has said it. So we acknowledge that we haven't taken on tough opposition yet. But for us, Man United will always be a tough game, even if they're 20th, because it's a rival. So let's not sit up here and waffle. So Old Trafford is always a tough game for Liverpool specifically. Just like Goodison Park is a tough game for us specifically, not for you. But the truth of the matter is, even though if we haven't faced tough games yet, the thing that, once again, I said this at the start of the stream, the fact that Arsenal conceded goals to Leicester, Southampton, City conceded goals to Brentford and Fulham, and we've kept clean sheets against said teams, shows that there is some form of defensive work being done, at least defensively, from a Liverpool perspective. We conceded the least XG in the whole league. So this is why, for me, I come into this game, I'm not worried. I'm not sitting up here.
You're facing the best attack in the league right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're facing the best attack in the league. And what serious attacks have you actually faced this season? Forest ain't that serious going in front of goal. United ain't been that great going in front of goal. Palace ain't that great going in front of goal. So I'm really wondering, when you're talking about the defense,
the same Palace that scored against you,
has it truly been tested? Have you faced the best attack in the league?
Boys, can I ask you a question? Can I throw a question at you? CB, what in your opinion, like, explain to me from your perspective, what makes Chelsea's attack the best in the league? Well,
it's just the fact that I look at it from just our best attacker, simply Palmer, because the fact that he's the best creator. I think I won't say the best creator, but he's a top 3 creator in the league, and he's a top 2, top 3 goal scorer in the league. That alone, having that as our best player, it already puts us in a position where we're comfortable in front of goal. Not to mention the fact that Noni, who I'll put my hats off to you. I'm very critical of Don. You know, we go toe to toe a lot. I think he's deluded. But one thing he said to me about Noni Madueke going 1v1.
Agreed.
Well, we're talking about Noni Madueke going 1v1 last season. I laughed in his face when he said that to me. Noni's been the best 1v1 attacking winger in the league. He's
at the time he's been doing it. I'm deluded, right? At the time,
you got one. You know what I'm saying? A broken clock is right every once in a while.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm giving you credit. Don't make me regret it.
Fair enough, bro. Just say fair enough and leave it as that.
Guys, let it happen. Civil War.
It's about broken clocks. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who's talking about glass half full and whatnot? Yeah, like one thing that you haven't actually acknowledged is the fact that right now our attack is firing, bro. Yeah,
But
if you got to check
exactly.
the best conversion rate in the league right now, it's actually Chelsea at the top. Do you know
But this is what I'm saying,
And on
because
top of
look,
that-
you look at
on top of that,
our
yeah.
fan base is very critical of Madueke for. I personally, I think it's a bit harsh. The energy that Madueke gets should be directed at Enzo, but I do this every day.
Leave Enzo.
It's not new news. No,
Enzo
we won't leave him. We won't leave him. But as I was saying, Noni 1v1 he's been class. In my opinion,
what do you think of Enzo
I haven't seen no fullback pocket in
Don,
all
that ain't
season.
true.
He
Your
creates
stat
his
is
own
fake.
chances. In terms of goal, he could be a bit more clinical, if I'm being honest. But I'm impressed with him. And then I see the likes of Jackson. Jackson has caused problems to Konate every single time they played each other. It's not a lie. We've seen him from the first game of the season last year when he pinned him down and carried the ball 60 yards for Mudryk, who had a heavy touch. We saw it in the Carabao Cup final when we was doing Route 1 game, and he was pinning down Konate and Van Dijk all game. So that's a problem that they ain't ready to handle. I'm actually a fan of Sancho. I didn't really agree with the move at the time, but what I've seen from him, I'm impressed. And if Sancho ain't got the pace to handle, he's getting pocketed on that right-hand side, we can sub on Neto. This is the thing. On top of this, we have depth. Jackson goes down, we got Nkunku that can do a 9 shift. Sancho gets injured, we got Neto there to cover. We have the best attacking depth in the league. But in my opinion, I think we've got the best attack in the league.
Oh my days.
And then everything else, and then the problems in terms of
Terry,
defense is what I've been saying all year. The midfield in terms of Enzo is what I've been saying all year. Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Our attack's improved though.
What you sending? What you sending me? You sending it on WhatsApp?
No, send it on Twitter because Rams thinks I'm lying. We've got the best conversion rate in the league this season, bro. And Brentford are second to us.
Yeah.
That's
It
also
says
the Wolves goalkeeper.
We're having a very good season. But let me just say one thing.